Um, okay, in my past videos, I've been making a lot of talk about knowing your enemy and who your enemy is, but now I'm going to speak briefly, or however long the Holy Spirit wants me to talk about it, about knowing God. Um, Alright, first things first, I want to start with uh, what I was actually going to, the whole reason why God told me to make this video. I know it's because of something that I said in a past video where I stated that God is leagues ahead of the devil because in God's being and in God's person, um, He already knows things that the devil himself could never have even conceived of or even have thought of or imagined. And obviously, when I say this, I'm applying it to a strategic of warfare, but obviously it applies to everything. You know, obviously it applies to pleasures forevermore. You know, endless pleasures, endless satisfactions, and endless possibilities. Essentially, is what I'm implying. But this is just part of the being of who God actually is, and it's something that the devil himself, obviously, his own action of saying that he could ever be something that is even remotely to what I just described possible for him to be. Obviously, it makes no sense whatsoever for an individual that is creation, which means he's limited by the creator. This creation could be anything remotely or even anything close to what this what God is, which is the I am. And this is something that many of his followers genuinely believe. They genuinely believe that their God is going to be the great. He's finally going to do it. He's finally going to beat God, and unfortunately, that's all delusions and deceptions of the devil himself. In a way, to maintain his following and to maintain his followers to stay on his side, and not to go to God, who actually is everything that the devil claims to be. And although the devil claims all this other stuff, all that applies to God himself. And in no way is the devil going to be competent. In no way is the devil going to be successful in anything that he does. He's always and oftentimes limited by God himself because he's a creation. He is not creator. If he's promised you plans, he is in no way capable of fulfilling these promises whatsoever in this lifetime or in the next lifetime. Whether he offers you a plan of you getting out of the lake of fire through his own deceptive reasonings and manipulation tactics, nobody can manipulate God and nobody can play God. Nobody can cheat God whatsoever. So when you actually look at this and you actually see how deceptive and how evil, well, obviously it's evil, but you see how deceived and how foolish his followers really are to believe anything that comes out of his mouth. And unfortunately, it's about as sad as it gets, and as sorry as it gets for them, and as sorry as it gets for the devil. I genuinely believe that the devil knows that he cannot fulfill what he even himself even says. I genuinely believe myself, and that the devil only says these things to try to get his followers to follow him. As convincing as it may seem, and as convincing as it may look, the devil just says these things because he's the devil and he's a bastard. But what I'm actually gonna tell you, some things that I left out, was that be a devil to the devil due to this principle, using the counsels and strategies that the devil has never imagined and never even thought of Jesus Christ. Obviously, we're using that to our own advantage because in no way whatsoever is the devil ever going to be to catch up. And although they will boast and they will applaud or celebrate, really, it's all a front and it's all lies. Don't pay attention to it. Just stand firm in the faith of God and make sure that you're standing firm in who God is as a person. I touched briefly, but that basically is what explains what God actually is. I want to repeat it again that God knows, God obviously being the infinite being that He is, and Him being everything that there is. He knows things that have never even been conceived of or have even been thought of, just like how it's written. No eye has seen and no ear has imagined. Oh wait, no eye has seen, no eye has seen or no ear has heard. The things that God has prepared for those who love Him. And obviously this just ties in with a balance. It just ties in with the balance. And obviously you weigh the devil's words of what he says, and then you weigh it against the balance of what I just said. And obviously everything he says is just lies and deception and deceptive. The networking of the devil. You must be persisting and being persistent and taking care of everything that you have to take care of. God is not going to do everything for you. You just have to take that leap of faith of everything that God even says. Maybe you can even go online and actually, and some people have already done the research where they could list all of God's promises that He's given to people, and you could just take the leap of faith and jump, so to speak, of all of God's promises, and actually be able to finally take the leap of faith that you had to take the leap of faith for. God in Himself already knows what you're capable of. He already knows that you're able to do this, and in this way, He has more faith in you than you have in Him. The devil himself already knows that you're able to do this, so in this way, even the devil has more faith in you than you do in yourself. And unfortunately, that's about as sad as it gets. The devil knows that you can do all the works that Christ did, and the devil knows that his time is up and that he's very beatable. The devil knows, well, whatever that you want to manifest, well, not manifest, but you know what I'm trying to say. Whatever you want to actually be done, like the promises of God, God already knows that His promises are true, and even the devil knows that His promises are true. The whole tactic and strategy of the devil is to try to get you to believe that that's somehow a lie, which it isn't, and is not a lie, and it's never going to be a lie. But that exists in the world, in the realm of truth, which is all of creation. The devil likes to think that he has his own little world that he controls in the heavenlies or whatever that you must be praying against. And this is like a cheap imitation of what God's actual order and structure actually is. Don't pay it any mind. Just know that all this stuff is possible. What else do I have to say? I don't really have much else to say. That's basically all I had to really talk about. The God's being, God is definitely infinitely times stronger than you. This is just definitely infinitely times smarter than the devil. But this is just a faith builder to actually get you to take the leap of faith and to completely trust God and to abandon your own understanding and to lean on God's understanding and to trust in God with all your heart. In no way am I implying, that it's gonna be your fail safe or it solves all your problems, but definitely hearken to it and lay it to heart. Obviously, when you go out in public and you meet individuals, some of these individuals are just never going to change. And what you're doing is infuriating the kingdom of darkness because you're binding and loosing and you're getting rid of their friends and their homies. And obviously, these individuals are not are serious about this war that they're in against you. So please hearken and lay that to heart. Be serious. Be diligent. Be nice. And what else? Yeah, unfortunately, you're just never gonna save some of these individuals, no matter how hard you try. And that's about as sorry as it gets, and about as sad as it is. And some of this stuff is just never going to change. And I'm not sure if the Holy Spirit has anything else to say. Everything else I repeated basically. I just be regurgitating the same stuff over and over again. Uh, Pray for Jerusalem. Pray for Israel. Pour out the spirit of grace and supplication over Jerusalem and the house of David. Keep being diligent. Keep being what is it called? Keep being consistent. And do God's will, not your own will. Real wicked stuff is happening, people, but obviously it's actually working. This binding and loosing stuff is actually working. So take it and go the extra mile with it. Give them a double portion, recompense them double. As she has been doing, recompense them double, just according to how they've been doing, recompense them double. And clear the networking, recompense the networking, as evil and heinous as it is of killing children and wanting to kill children, recompense them double. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, all this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. If you haven't, you have to be reading you have to actually be watching my videos though. Unfortunately, my videos are very informative, and they actually do say a lot that you're not gonna get from regular pastors who actually have a mega church or a church of that nature. Well, believe God, trust in God, believe Jesus Christ, trust in Jesus Christ. Remember that Jesus Christ was with God, with the Father in the beginning. Real evil stuff is happening. Recompense the recompense swiftly, speedily atop their own head. Grace and peace be multiplied to you, and mercy, and love and joy. Amen.